Hey everyone, welcome to my mythic+ Holy Priest guide. I wanted to do an updated guide because a lot of things have changed since the release of Shadowlands, and we're going to be talking about everything that's changed from my original video coming into the 4th or 5th week of Shadowlands here. Now the main thing we're going to be talking about is flash concentration and keeping that in mind as we discuss everything. Let's take a look at flash concentration. So what flash concentration does is each time you cast flash heal, heal has its casting time reduced by 0.2 seconds and its healing increased by 3%. This stacks up to 5 times. Now the stacks last for 15 seconds, so you don't have to feel like, hey, I gotta be spamming flash heal. You have time to use your flash heals effectively and then transition into using heal. Even without 5 stacks, you can still cast heal. Say you have 2 to 4 stacks, it's still giving you a boost to heal. It's not gonna be as fast of a cast time, but it's a boosted heal and it's still pretty good. Now, with that in mind, we're going to be looking at the talents, and I'm going to be trying to go over everything and how you should be changing your playstyle here when you're using flash concentration. So just real quick, in case anyone's clicking on this video, I want to go over the stat priority real quick. It is intellect, crit, haste, verse, and then mastery. You're going to want to prioritize this on your ring enchants, the food you're eating, the gems you're placing in your gear if you have gem slots, and then just to look at our enchants, we're going to be getting the Eternal Bounce chest enchant, the Fortified Leech for our cloak. For bracers, we're going to do Eternal Intellect. As I said, on your rings, you're going to get the Tenet of Critical Strike, and for our weapon, we're going to be getting Celestial Guidance. Now, just a quick look at the talent tree. We're going to be taking Trail of Light, Angelic Feather, Guardian Angel, anything in the level 35 talent row. We're going to be taking Surge of Light, anything in the level 45 talent row, and Apotheosis. I'm going to go into all of this later on, but for now we're going to talk about Conduits. So our Conduits and our talents go right with each other and how we're playing the game. So for our Conduits, we want to take Resonant Words, which makes it so that after we cast Holy Word Sanctify or Holy Word Serenity, it empowers our next flash heal or heal. Goes really well with flash concentration, works really well with Trail of Light and Surge of Light. Then we want to take Power Unto Others. You can take the one that reduces the mana cost of Dispels, but I like Power Unto Others because it gives you more uptime on Power Infusion. I think it's really good in mythic+s. It's what I'm running, and I think it's what you should run too. We should be taking Translucent Image, which makes it so that for the first 5 seconds of Fade, you take 5% reduced damage. And our final one we should be trying to get is Holy Oration, which makes it so that when we cast a relevant spell to a holy word, it reduces the cooldown a little bit more. I figured I'd do something different here and just be a little bit more personal. So let's just talk about how you're going to be playing this spec, why this is the best spec, and I'm going to try to just go over everything I can here. Up above you'll see me doing some mythics. I think it's a 6, 7, and an 8. I just scattered the bosses in. Again, there are some packs that have some mechanics you got to deal with, but I just throw the boss fights up because they're the easiest to clip and be like, this is the thing, this is the big boss in the dungeon, you know? So let's just get into it. Talent wise, the two things I want to talk about is the 2 rows, 35 and 45. So in 45, I tend to take Divine Star. I'm a big fan of Benediction as well. They're both great, whichever one you want to take. It really comes down to how you want to play. The other one, Halo, is pretty amazing in raids. I love Halo in raids so much. It's amazing. Absolutely love it, but you do have to be careful casting it in dungeons because it's a 30-yard radius around your priest, and if there's a mob over there in 20 yards, you're going to hit it with your Halo, and then you're going to pull more stuff in a +9, and your group's going to be like, why'd you do that? So if you do take Halo, be very careful with it. My favorite's Divine Star. Really like Benediction as well. In the level 35 row, it all just depends on what you want to take. So I take Censor. That's just how I've learned to play, or which one I like to have, because I still have Fear, and then I have a 4-second stun on top of that. And then while running Apotheosis, you can stun another thing for 4 seconds. So it just gives you a lot of extra stun, and you always have your Fear. You can take the Reduced Psychic Scream cooldown. And then Shining Force is decent in things like Plaguefall, the first boss, like when you don't want the slimes to get to the boss. And then since I'm a Nightborn, I could go slow it with my Racial. I can go Fear 'em. That's when Shining Force is good. It adds that slow and that knockback. It's very good. Now, there's so many people that like ask like, what's the rotation? When should I be using my spells? First off, I just want to make something clear. There's no like exact rotation when you heal on a priest. There's just no, it's not like I'm teaching you how to play a Frost Death Knight where I can just go cast obliterate, Frost Strike, whatever, Pillar of Frost, Syndragos's Breath, or whatever. It's not like that when you heal. There's no like rotation like, oh, I can just sit here and follow a rhythm. It's like, healing is very stressful, is something I've realized too. And I just want to make that clear, is playing with randoms, especially like I do, I pug the raid, I pug mythic+s. It's all rough. It's all different every time. There's always added stress. Oh, is this tank gonna know how to deal with these mechanics? I did a tank yesterday in this Sanguine Depths video. This dude did not understand Grievous Wounds. He pulled 2 packs off the bat and we almost wiped. We like lost 2 or 3 people at the beginning of Sanguine Depths because he was like, I'll just pull 2 packs. And then Grievous Wounds, or Grievous, stacked up on him insane and he just died. I couldn't heal him through it. I popped Guardian Spirit, instant proc of that. That's the hard thing with healing, and you just need to be aware of that. Now let's talk about Flash Concentration. So instead of being our big AoE healer, we're pretty much Paladin. I spent all of BFA being a Paladin at the end for the last few months. It was the class I started BFA out with and played a little bit too. But we're spot healers with Flash Concentration. This is technically the best raid legendary as well. I haven't had as good of success as I have had running my Echo of A&R, which is what I originally built because I thought that was going to be the best dungeon legendary, but it's Flash Concentration. So you don't have to stack up flash heals to do the heal. You don't have to like spam 5 right away to get that stack. You can use it smartly, use your Surge of Lights, and get it up to 5 stacks slowly. If someone's taking a bunch of damage, just spam Flash of Light and Serenity on them. Or Flash Heal, I should say. Flash Heal. And then you can start casting the heal. So it's gonna get stacked up to 5 stacks eventually, no matter what. Either someone's gonna take a bunch of damage, and you can use your Flash Heal to heal them up, and then you start using heal when you reach 4 or 5 stacks. And then all you gotta do is keep it up. You got 15 seconds. Even if it's about to fall off in like 2 or 3 seconds and no one has any damage on them, you can just boom, Flash Heal, and then you'll keep your stacks to keep the heal on. Now, the one spell you don't really cast in this build is Prayer of Healing. You can, if all 5 people have taken damage, you could like Circle of Healing, Prayer of Healing, Divine Star, and Sanctify, like get them all out there. But the best way to heal through the group is, say all 5 people have damage. What I like to do is, find the one that's the lowest, heal them first, heal the next person, heal the next person, heal the next person, heal the next person, and Trail of Light's gonna heal your last target. So the new target will get healed, and Trail of Light will heal the last target you healed with Flash Heal or Heal for 35%. Now, Serenity and Sanctify empower our spells with resonant words like I was talking about. So that's something you need to be aware of. You have this really, after you cast Sanctify or Serenity, you have this really big, powerful Flash Heal or Heal. If you have Flash Concentration stacked up to 5 and you just use Serenity or Sanctify, your next heal is going to be huge with the heal, and it's still good with the Flash Heal. If you want to do like a SOL proc instant cast Flash Heal, you got to save your stacks of concentration up. So one thing too, as a little tip, Sanctify can be used as a single target heal. If your tank's taking massive damage, you can sank him and then heal him or Flash Heal him to use that Resonant Words buff on him. Now, Apotheosis resets our Holy Word cooldowns, and it makes it so that when we're casting the relevant spell, I think it's 3 casts of the spell, so either Prayer of Healing or Flash Heal for the 2 words, obviously. It'll reset it. So Apotheosis is a really good just oh crap cooldown. So at the beginning of the video, we were killing the first boss of Sanguine Depths. I forget his name, the big blue guy. And on the first time where he pulled the orbs out of us and we took all the AoE, I hemmed. And then on the next one, you can use Apotheosis. Now with Tyrannical, it can get a little rough. You might need a 3rd cooldown, which kind of might feel kind of crappy. Because if it's high key and it's Tyrannical, it's going to be a long boss fight. So that's just something to be aware of. We have our 2 big cooldowns. We have Apotheosis and Hem. And then we're just trying to keep Flash Concentration up this whole time. The only spell I really don't cast in this build is Prayer of Healing. I'm still using Circle of Healing on cooldown pretty much because like everyone takes damage in most of these dungeons at a certain point. I'm still putting renews on targets. I'm still trying to get mending up as much as possible. Since I am a Necrolord, I use my Unholy Nova a ton, an insane amount. Like if it's off cooldown and we're fighting 3 or 4 mobs or on a boss, I'm like boom, instantly it adds a little bit of extra healing, a little bit of extra damage, and then I also have Fleshcraft, which helps me out a lot. Sometimes I forget to do it. I'm just so not used to casting it and I haven't got it in my brain yet that I don't use it. Now I'm trying to think of what else you can do. If you're coordinated, if you're playing with people, you you can use Leap of Faith very effectively. I've been laying off of Leap of Faith because I'm tired of pulling people and then people being like, why'd you pull me? It's like, because you were about to get one shot and then I pulled you to me and I healed you up. But like if you do it on randoms and you pull them to you because they're about to die and you want to heal them and keep them away from danger, they'll just start running back to the boss or the mobs. They're like, why is this guy slowing my DPS down? But it is an effective and good spell, especially in coordinated groups. So when I'm playing with my friends, oh, I'm going to pull you to me, save you real quick, then go back in DPS. But it can be hard to use in pugs and randoms because I've had people like bitch at me before for pulling them away from danger. Like they're about to get hit by something and I pull them to me and they're like, why'd you pull me? You hurt my DPS. It's like, the pug life is hard, and I'm going to be making another video talking about my experience pugging and maybe try to make it a little comedic because it's rough. It's rough. Infusion, since we're running power into others, just try to make sure it's up for bosses. But if your infusion's up and you're like, it's going to take us another 3 or 4 minutes to get to the boss, infuse someone, kill a pack faster, take your time down on the mythic+ timer, like get a pack done faster. So we're gonna be going faster. We're gonna have more time left is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think of what else. Mass Dispel is something you definitely need to be aware of on how to use it. It's a super effective spell. It only works on magic effects though, just so you guys are aware. It only works on magic. It doesn't work on disease, doesn't work on curses, it doesn't work on poison. We can, as the priest, we can only heal disease and magic. We can't heal curses and we can't heal poisons. So that's something to be aware of. Curses sit on people. You can't do anything about it. There's no way to dispel it as a priest. And then there's some mobs in some dungeons where you have to dispel magic on them. So make sure you have dispel magic on your bar somewhere, especially. It's super important to have that. And I'm just trying to think of anything else I need to talk about. Fade with translucent image. We have a little bit of damage reduction with that. I use Fade a lot. Especially when I have mending on the tank. What I'll do before tank does a pull is put shield, mending, and a renew on him so that right when he pulls, the shield's going to absorb some, mending is going to heal him, and then he already has renew ticking on him. So I'll fade a lot because that big burst of healing, if you're not with a very good tank, might pull aggro to you, and that can be kind of rough. But when you have translucent image, you do have that little extra cooldown. Desperate Prayer is really good as well. If everyone's taking damage, including yourself, Desperate Prayer yourself because that healing over time is pretty effective and very helpful. Like if you have Renew and you cast like Circle of Healing and use Desperate Prayer so that you have 3 things ticking you up, it can help a lot just to keep yourself alive. Guardian Spirit. Oh boy, Guardian Spirit. So sometimes it's hard not to proc the 3-minute cooldown with Guardian Spirit. So typically it's a 3-minute cooldown, but if you have Guardian Angel talent, it's going to make it 1 minute if it doesn't proc the death save. But in higher keys, if your tank's not doing very good or your DPS is about to die and you cast it on him to save him, you are going to proc that 3-minute cooldown, especially with more and more damage in higher mythics. Just something to be aware of. I'm not sure what else to say. I mean, the big thing with flash concentration is just making sure you cast the flash heal every 15 seconds. That's all you really got to do. It works well with Trail of Light and Surge of Light. It works well with our Resonant Words. And we're just kind of a spot healer now. Like I said, we're very similar to Paladins in that sense, where we're not there to big AoE heal like priests used to be. It's more like, hey, I'm going to flash heal people up and use my little Trail of Light, which is similar to the Paladin Beacon of Light, to keep everyone alive. I'm not sure what else to say. That's kind of all I can say right now on the priest. I hope that you watched everything up above and it was helpful for you, but I think I went over everything I should have gone over, and yeah. So sorry if I rambled a little bit there. I wanted to try something new. It feels a little more natural to me to just talk to a camera like that and just talk about everything that's on my mind when it comes to making the guide instead of chunking it up into these little constant back-to-back audio clips. But I just want you guys to be aware of flash concentration and how to play the spec. It's really how we heal now. It's our best dungeon legendary. If it changes later on in the expansion, I'll make another video talking about that, but I figured the best thing to do was make a short mythic+ guide, go over everything for everyone, and just get it out there to show people that this is how you should be playing, and kind of update on my last guide because things have changed. Now, I do want to shout out the community Discord that we have. I'll have a link to that down below, so check that out. If you have any questions, there's a couple rooms in there that you can check out for priest discussion and priest questions. So if you have any questions, that's a good place to get some direct help from me and some other priests. We also have my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the I've been going live about once a week. I need to bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, but go follow this stream. When I go live, I'll probably be playing my priest or my shaman. So if you want to see some healing, that's a good place to go check out some more content from me. And yeah, I just want to say thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I hope this new style is okay. It's just kind of how I wanted to do it. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're new here, and have a great day.